Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading with me. So this is going to be for the next 7 days whenever you're watching this video. All right, my angels, so let's dive straight in. I'm going to start off with the Moonology deck this time. So let's see what's going on for Sagittarius over the next 7 days. Ooh, okay. Unleash your kindest self. That's an interesting one. I believe this is I got some ash on me. I believe this is your solar plexus, which is all about your willpower. It's the I can affirmation. So it might be a need to speak better to yourself over the next 7 days. It is in Capricorn, which usually is a sign that is about hard work. So maybe this is something you have to be a bit more disciplined in, but you're being called to unleash your kindest self to yourself and to others. Stepping into a softer era. Maybe let's figure out what they're talking about here. What's going on for Sagittarius over the next 7 days? A leg up. Now that's interesting too, because this card is all about that there is strength and vulnerability, and sometimes in life we need a little bit of help. So maybe you guys are beating yourself up about the fact that maybe you can't do something on your own, or maybe that you don't know the way forward, and this is a normal part of life. Okay, this baby polar bear is you, whoever I'm reading for. That's how I see you, and that sometimes you need help from people who know the roads that you might be quite new to. So there's always things in life that you're going to need to learn. So maybe it's a good time to not beat yourself up about not knowing, or being a little bit tired and not being able to move forward in whatever way, and relying on other people, allowing yourself to open up to the help from others, even if it's spirit and the universe that's giving you the leg up here. So don't beat yourself up about it, right? Just understand that it's very normal. You're still learning, you're still growing, you're still understanding. So it's okay. Whatever you're feeling, you're being called to understand that it's okay to get a leg up. Okay, let's get some more. I got some tea leaf tarot for you. Let's find out some other random things that might happen during the next 7 days, and we'll dive into your tarot. You got some spiritual love coming through. So there's someone in the spirit world who is trying to guide you, look out for you. This can also be that some of you might be feeling a spiritual connection with someone romantically, or even, it doesn't have to be romantic actually. Could be a divine soulmate coming in. All right, anything else for the next 7 days for Sagittarius? One more. Oh, you got a few. Well, I'm going to keep those together because they came out together. So as I said, spiritual love is coming through. So it is about spiritual connections coming through for you over the next 7 days. You have older man. So this could be someone who's a bit older than you, or it could be someone again in the spirit world who is reaching out to you at this time. You have broken ring, which says parting of the ways, either romance or business. All right, so you then have stepping into a new experience, fair man, and dragon. Beware of self-delusion. So during the next 7 days, you guys are going to be stepping into a new experience. It does feel like the fair man. It could be you, but for the majority of you, it does feel like it's someone who you might come across in this new experience, and they want you to be aware of self-delusion. Sometimes self-delusion could be, that little worry that I can't trust that person, so I'm going to close off to them. Or it could be giving someone the benefit of the doubt. So I'm going to figure out what this is to you, but this person is very significant for this journey. We're going to have to figure that out. I don't know what your inner voice is saying, so it's a bit hard, tricky to understand what your self-delusion is. Or sometimes in life, right, when we're entering new experiences, of course, everything is new, so we're naturally quite fearful. And our human minds, right, of survival are of course going to come in and give you warning signs, because it's not, it wants safety. Even if safety is comfortable and doesn't want you to grow, it will still stick to that rather than going into the wild and a lion chasing you down. Basically, that's what your mind is for. That's what fear is usually for. But in some situations where we're just anxious about it, right, because we don't know what's up ahead, but it could be good things, our human mind will still do the same thing, where it's like, no, don't go down that road, you're not good enough, or you're just going to fail and it's going to be embarrassing. So to save yourself from embarrassment or failure, just hide away. So some of you do feel like there could be new love coming in. I just feel like your mind is just going a little bit scary. And as I said before, with Unleash Your Kind of Self, your mind or your first thoughts that come to your head or your fears might not be saying the best of things. So let's sit with it for a little bit and figure them out. But I'm going to dive into your overall next 7 days for you to see where this might be coming up. Let's see. Can I have a little dive in, please, Spirit? to the next 7 days for Sagittarius. What is the overall energy of the next 7 days? Page of Swords. Interesting how he's jumping on top of that fair man. Can I get another one? Energy of the next 7 days. Energy of the next 7 days. High Priest, which is the Hierophant. So it is about belief systems, structures at times is what the Hierophant can be about. It's about your commitments to things, your faith, your beliefs. It can also be about ascending to a new level. But because of the Page of Swords is here, it can also be about marriage. So some big Seer messages. The fair man being with the Page of Swords feels like this is a specific person here who might be a little bit jealous of you. I'm gonna have to clarify. This is going into a specific reading, and that's okay. Happens. Some people might be a bit jealous of your connections to someone, but because you've broken ring, I wonder if some of you are ending it with somebody here. Let's figure it out. You could have a few haters this week is what I'm feeling here. So I don't want you to let them get the best of you. Especially when it comes down to you committing to new things, right? Like stepping into new experiences. I just feel like the Page of Swords is a bit of a triggered energy. Let's figure it out. Why is the Page of Swords here as the energy of the next 7 days? 5 of Wands, so it is someone who's in competition with you. The King of Wands, so that could be a manager, but it could be a fire sign. Another fire sign could be a Leo, Sag, or Aries. Interesting. Could be this conflict within your own mind, right? That's trying to tackle you down. 5 of Wands. Justice card trying to come through. Contracts. If you guys are in competition with anyone for a contract or an opportunity, I feel like you will get success in this because the 3 of Wands and the Ace of Swords is that you're waiting for some sort of communication or truth. Now, some of you, someone is going to come through to balance things out with you. Not going to lie. All right, I would say this person's a bit triggered about you, and you're probably a bit triggered about them too. But there is someone from your past who, maybe you you parted with, whether business, an old partnership, or old friend, or whatever. It does feel like someone is coming in. They are in competition with you, but the Justice card being here is really about balancing something out, right? Calling the truth to a situation. Maybe someone was a bit of a liar. I do feel like at this time, you already know some sort of truth about this person, so just make sure you stay and remain balanced, because King of Wands, 5 of Wands could be someone who has a very big ego and who doesn't like their ego to be bruised, which sometimes means that some people love to lie because it makes them look good, right? Or it makes them feel good if they don't want to accept some sort of truth in some way. But you are coming up with the 3 of Wands and Ace of Swords, so your truth and your success because of your truth will be restored, because justice is also about karma. Oh, what is that about? You guys let me know in the comment section. I'm going to look at the Hierophant now. Why is the Hierophant here in the overall next 7 days? The Queen of Cups, which is about your heart, right? I do think a lot of you guys are ascending in terms of emotions, right? This feels like what you're committing to is unleashing your kindest self, stepping into this beautiful Queen of Cups energy of opening your heart up, leading with your heart, understanding it, right? Being a master of your feelings, especially when it comes down, she's a very empathic card. So you guys are stepping into this energy of being a bit more open. And this could be about being open to new commitments, right? And this might be the reason why this past energy is coming up, for you to really let go of maybe that voice of this person in your mind. Maybe you guys have been hurt in relationships and now you're struggling to open up to them. And that could be, you could have broken things up with someone else and you could be entering something with someone new. But the Queen of Cups is that kind of self for sure. She's got the biggest heart out of all the cards here. And the Hierophant is about connection, commitment, marriage. And the Empress, knowing your self-worth. So that the fact that she's jumping on top of the dragon is about knowing your worth, knowing your right to be loved and to love. That is everyone's birthright, okay? And for an abundance, whatever that means. So for a lot of you, it does feel like stepping into that energy is what Spirit's calling you to do over the next 7 days. Now, I do feel like there are going to be people who might be your blockage. I'm not going to lie. Or your fears because of past situations or what might people say, right? maybe your fear of other people's opinions is what's holding you back. So it does feel a bit here that you're healing your triggers during this week, or being called to anyway. Now I want to see how you guys are showing up. What is the energy of Sagittarius over the next 7 days? You're in your energy. The Temperance card is your energy. So you are showing up as someone trying to find balance, right? Trying to love the journey, right? Trying to take a pit stop to heal, to bring harmony. The fact that the Ace of Cups is here as well is amazing, because you guys are really focusing on self-love. So I really, really enjoy that for you. You're in your element, okay? You're trying to make what you can from situations, right? She's actually balancing 2 elements. She's trying to get a perfect balance in life. So it does feel like you guys are really dealing with your feelings, your emotions. She's got 1 toe in the water, 1 on the land, which represents, again, about balance in your feelings and in the reality, right? Being grounded as well. So you guys are showing up very beautifully. Let's figure it out, though. Of course, about healing, finding peace, so that you can move along your journey much stronger. So I like what you're doing. Why is the Temperance card here for the sign of Sagittarius over the next 7 days? You're being patient, you're taking your time. 8 of Wands, 5 of Swords, Ace of Cups again, and the Emperor. 8 of Wands is a great card. It does suggest that you are going to receive some news. Now, 5 of Swords feels like what you're probably trying to heal from is some chaos or conflict that you've had in your life. A lot of situations where you felt that you were burnt, right? Where you felt defeated in some way. 5 of Swords is a conflict. Now, I do feel like someone's going to apologize. Not going to lie. Sorry for the reading to be super specific, but it clearly is for someone out there. It does look like someone's going to come in and apologize. And it's giving very strong fire sign energy, right? It's giving Aries. The 8 of Wands, the Emperor, could also be you guys getting in control of your life, right? Going in the right direction, letting go of defeats and things that, you know, have felt defeated to you. This is what you're healing, so you can understand and grow and give to yourself what you were wanting others to give to you, which is interesting. Now, for those of you in relationships, I do get the sense here that you're learning to rely on someone new, right? Maybe in the past, as I was saying before, you were not able to rest on others, to depend on others, or to get support from others. But now you're learning to open up to that, okay? As you can see here, she's hugging the candle. I feel like a lot of you guys, for warmth, right? It does feel a little bit like that card with the leg up. I feel like you're going to meet someone, if you've not already, who is going to support you. And your energy here is about learning how to be able to do that. So trying to wrap that part up here. You're moving in the right direction. You're doing the right things. Letting go of the defeat is the best thing that you're going to be able to do, and learn a lesson from what you could in certain situations. To take it in your stride a little bit here, because you do have new energies opening up for you, or new love, spiritual love. I do feel like love is really coming up for the fire signs. Not going to lie, you are the last fire sign I'm doing today, and every single fire sign has had some sort of love coming through. But this is very, very deep, especially if it's just within yourself for now. Learning how to rely on yourself and spirit here, taking the lead where you're able to, but also learning in another sense as well. It just feels like that balance is what's coming through. Trusting that you're moving in the right direction. But that's opening you up to new love as well for the majority of you. So I'm sorry if I'm confusing you guys. Let's keep that there. Let's dive into your potential challenges. What is the potential challenge coming up for Sagittarius during the next 7 days? The World. Well, your challenge is new beginnings. Your challenge is success, being seen, working on your foundation, being in your most confident form, right? Is working on this. There's something that you're being called to work on behind the scenes, and that could be yourself, right? That could be becoming the most confident version of yourself to shine bright. The work that you're doing behind the scenes is absolutely going to show up in the world around you. Now, I'm going to clarify this, but the world is about ending old cycles, beginning new ones. So that is your challenge during the next 7 days. Why is the world the challenge? It's also a glow up. The 10 of Cups. Why is this a challenge? Well, 10 of Cups is all about happy families, also happily ever afters, having wish fulfillment in terms of and emotional fulfillment, as well. It's about everything working out in the end. That's your challenge. What exactly is a challenge here? The Hermit. So, and the Six of Swords as well. Both of these about learning lessons and moving forward, right? So with the Hermit being here about spending time in isolation, going through a bit of a dark night of the soul, trying to find your own way. The Hermit can also be a mentor or a teacher or someone to help guide you, maybe even in the spirit world, or even a version of yourself, right? Sometimes the Hermit is your higher self, the version of you who's able to look at life through a higher perspective, a different lens. So maybe stepping into that energy and also keeping your eyes on where you're going, not just where you've come from and what you're experiencing. It's about where you're going, where you're heading could help you get more positive here. Or a lot of this is about learning the lessons to move forward into happiness as your challenge, letting go of pain and suffering and of disappointments, and of, it does feel a bit like you guys are unlearning and relearning new belief systems because of what you've experienced in life. So this is about you moving forward, moving away from harm and chaos and conflict, and moving towards better environments and better days. So that's your challenge, is a new beginning, one that's going to make you happy. But of course, with new beginnings, we have endings. So I feel like that's the only reason why it's your challenge. You might not feel like it's possible, right? So Unleash Your Kindest Self really has a big message here that you're entering a new emotional beginning, which we've seen with the Ace of Cups coming up in both decks. All right, what's the advice that you have for Sagittarius this week? Eight of Cups, walking away from certain things and feelings that just don't serve you anymore. And the Six of Swords, moving away, for sure. Okay, so there's a lot about leaving things behind. There's a lot about, letting go and allowing yourself to embark on a journey that maybe, again, is completely new to you. That could be the leg up here, right? You know that something needs to change and that you need to walk away from things because you're not fulfilled, and that you're needing to go on a new journey to find what you feel like is missing. Why is the Eight of Cups here? What exactly is Sagittarius walking away from? The Nine of Pentacles is interesting, because for some of you, what you're walking away from is this energy of feeling. The Nine of Pentacles is not a bad card, right? It is about financial abundance. It's about receiving reward for your hard work and efforts. It can also be a card of like super independence. And because of the leg up being about allowing yourself to rely on others, or allowing yourself to open up to receiving help and support, and the Seven of Wands being a little bit like building a barrier and resisting, you guys are very comfortable in your own energy, but you're not able to grow because you're already comfortable there. Spirit's really wanting to push you towards other people. Maybe it's love, right? So what you're walking away from is, yes, this feels good in your own energy, but maybe it feels stable at least, but maybe it's not fulfilling for you being alone or doing everything alone. So this is a really big time where you're being called to let the guard down, okay? Let the emotions in, process your feelings. Because I do feel like community, whether it be collaborations or love, you guys are opening yourself up to it. A Six of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. So what you're moving towards is absolute. Now again, love for sure. You guys are really moving into love for sure. Spirit's guiding you. Okay. You just need to let go of your barriers, but Spirit is guiding you into love for a lot of you. King of Cups is that partner, right? An emotional partner. Ten of Pentacles is about happily ever after with people, right? Nine of Pentacles is independence alone, happiness and stability alone. The Ten of Pentacles is more about sharing it with others. So I quite like this energy. You're moving towards Ten of Pentacles. Now, for a lot of you in terms of finances, if you're interested, you are letting go of something and maybe partnering up with others, and that's growing your abundance here. You've done an amazing job on your own, but now it could be a good time to get support and help, because that's going to help you grow even more. So that's something that maybe you're learning. King of Cups. Oh my God. King of Cups could be a person who's going to help you, but of course it's also about you processing your own feelings and leading with your heart, with your intuition, what your feelings are telling you to go towards. Okay. So I like that energy. Could be a really good business partnership or even a relationship coming up here with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but it really could be anyone. But that's what I got for you. Very specific reading, I'm not gonna lie, but it does feel amazing if this is your outcome, right? This is a legacy, this is financial freedom, this is just stability and loyalty, someone in your life who you're gonna have around forever, right? It's a very long-term connection as well. So a very messy reading, not gonna lie. It's a mixture of things here where you guys are really healing any disappointment that you've felt in life, so you can, finally move into a chapter full of happiness, emotional fulfillment, family, connection, most importantly, just emotional fulfillment, feeling like finally you're getting your rainbow in life, which is coming up in your energy too. So the work you're doing already is absolutely opening new doors for you, whether you realize it or not. But anyway, that's what I got for you. Let me know if it does resonate with you, if you've been able to make sense of the messages I've given you guys today. Have an amazing 7 days ahead, okay? And I'll see you guys next time. If you enjoy the readings, make sure you guys like and subscribe, but I'll see you guys in the next one.